Forgot to put myself on stage. My apologies. I'm dumbass sometimes. I'm not a smart man. But, I'll sit y'all right there. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette real quick before I start doing stuff. I had to find my uh, medicinal tobacco. Yeah. Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm smoking a cigarette real quick before I get started. What y'all doing? Anything cool? Diesel, keep them entertained. Keep them entertained. Talk to them. What? You can't talk? I thought you can talk. You talk to me all the time. What's up, them? Move. I gotta let your Uncle Alex on. Hey, what's up, brother?
Much, man. How's it going?
Real quick before I get set down. I've
Yeah.
been scraping up slow redneck time again crumbs.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be on too long. I'm about to freaking hit the sack because I gotta wake up at 4 in the morning.
Right. I figured that would be
Yeah.
the but I figured I'd send it. Your phone was back up, not acting like a re again. Moved them.
Yeah. I'm surprised my phone's holding steady. Freaking
Really?
it crashed on me and took me a minute to get it back up and gone and everything.
Wow, that light's bright, ain't it?
A little bright.
There. Whoa. Now y'all are here somewhere. I got too many blue spots. I looked at the light whenever I moved it like a dummy. So it is what it is. But what about doing? Oh, I remember what I'm doing. What the hell? I must have set my computer down on top of PMAX.
Dang.
Yeah, that's not smart.
Yeah.
Especially whenever I'm getting ready to start working on them.
Yeah.
There they are. I was looking for my tars.
What's that?
I was looking for my tars. Getting ready to put them back on these fat ass EX Lewis wheels.
Yeah.
But yeah, check it out. That's what the brake fluid did.
Oh, okay.
These weren't that sticky whenever I got them. I
Dang.
don't think they. I don't think they stick together. Yeah. But, damn it! Don't do stuff over top the laptop keyboard, dummy. But yeah, they don't quite stick all the way together. But I only did that one night on the live,
Yeah.
and then just wiped them off the next day. I didn't coat them again. So I may, after I remount them, I may coat them a little bit more on the tread with the brake fluid. But I don't know. I'm gonna try them out first and see. But
Yeah.
I started off. I was telling you about. I was wrapping that wire around this. See what I'm talking about? This
Yeah.
wire is a little bit too thick to go in place on these. So I'm probably going to go with BBs and or lead shot in these as well. Just use the lead shot, not the BBs, and maybe that way it don't fill up my whole damn tire
Yeah.
like the
I
last
got you.
one. Because that's why I'm having. That's the reason I haven't put the other tires back together yet. Is because there's too many BBs and too many shot to go inside of the tire and actually get it together decently to where it's not a pain in the ass trying to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use just regular shot this time and not the BBs, and hopefully the difference in the volume
Yeah.
of the material will be sufficient enough to do it without being too hard to do. But it was a good thought, and it was also going to clog up my daggone uh, vent holes in the center
Yeah.
part of the wheel. I'll get it over and make.
Yeah.
But that I had the wires sticking in it, and it was pretty much filling up. Hey, Denny, I had to go back and subscribe to 4 different channels. Like I said on the live the other night, I had to resubscribe to your channel again. I was wondering why you wasn't coming up in my feed, and I went and looked, and you wasn't there. I don't know. But if anybody wants one, is the link still in the chat, right? Okay. If anybody wants to work on, but I know Denny, you said you was getting ready to make you some grub, so I was just letting you know if you did want to jump on, you're more than welcome to, brother. And thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. So yeah, I'm only running foams in the rear, but I'll be running lead shot in the front. And I guarantee with the size of these tires that they are, that I won't be able to run as much weight in the front of them
Yeah.
as I did the other tires because they're so much bigger. The reason that I took all these off anyway. Hey, look there. There's an old West Virginia hillbilly in the chat. What are you doing? We don't allow no hillbillies in here, sir.
Oh God.
Dungeons in the chat. Hey man, if you want to jump on and hang out, the link's right there in the top of the chat. If you want to hit it, just follow the directions and it'll bring you here just like you did on the lives on the podcast. And I wanted to tell you, the brake fluid really works, dude. Check it. I mean, they're not super sticky, but they weren't to begin with. And the reason that I took these off to begin with is I just stretched them, and they weren't real perfect. Yeah, I know. YouTube's had him blocked from his own channel, dude.
Dang.
No, he couldn't. He wasn't getting notifications. Oh well, okay, I understand that. He's been sick. Everybody's getting it, man. Y'all getting a bunch of snow over there, man? We just got the rain, but I heard Beckley got like 8 inches, Dungeon. But I think I am going to end up cutting these a little bit because of the way that it had them. Whenever I had them stretched, I just had that one side on there, and it didn't. Hey, look there. There's no RS feller. What's up? So instead of stretching them again, I think I'm just going to cut them like I did the other ones. But these actually stretch. Oh, hell.
What'd you do?
I don't know when I did it, but.
God. Yeah, screwed up now.
We might just turn this into a tire fixing show here real quick. I got something working up here that might work. Move, dum. You're in the way. Move, dum. I got. Move. Give me just a second, fellas, ladies.
Yep.
Looking for another one of these old tore up tires that I've got. Because I'm getting ready past this beach. What to see? It might work, and if not, oh well, we tried it.
That wasn't a set of tires you really liked, huh?
Well, What'd you say? Sorry, I'm starting to answer you and didn't actually hear exactly what you said.
Well, I was asking, that's not the set of tires that you really liked, huh?
No, these are the ones that I got off Mopo. Those Endura canyon crawler mud terrains.
Oh, okay.
They're not they're the ones that I had in the last video where I had it out mudding and had the wrong tire on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Now we're gonna see if this will work, y'all. I got these old cheap Amazon tires that I bought with those aluminum wheels that I made the dualies out of and that I had on PMAX before I got these badass EX Lewis wheels. Dude, we still ain't figured it out. Dungeon, he don't know. He's just been able to. He just got back on it today. But if he's got any new information, I'm sure he'll tell you. Ross, where did my scissors go? I'm telling you, this dog keeps taking my tools. I don't know how he's doing it because he ain't got thumbs. He can't use them. Oh well, I got a pair of snips. These will work. They're not sharp anyway, really.
Oh yeah, redneck. How you was asking about it? There you go.
Yeah. Hold on. I want to really see that. Give me a second. Solo layout. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, that's sexy as hell. All right. Well, here's one thing I got to say.
What?
It's too new. You got to scratch it up. But
Oh,
if you're like me, you won't
scratched up.
scratch it on purpose. You just take it out on the rocks and do it. You know.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna get scratched up.
Yeah, but I just say, you know, the way that the cab looks so good and weathered in, run in. That's, I mean, really, you know what I mean? I like it. And it just, the bed looked too new.
Yeah, it's gonna get its dents and dings eventually.
Yeah, I was just messing with you anyway.
The only thing I'm hoping for is to never really break these freaking tips on the end of the bed.
I was wondering about that. Now, if you would take an acrylic, like an epoxy, and coat back from the tip to where it meets the body, that might actually harden it up enough to where it'll help it to break back. Like if you bring it, hold on, let me get you off solo. If you take it back a little bit farther where, you know, it comes to that cross brace, take it a little bit back farther than where it goes across the cross brace and use that acrylic, it may sturdy it up to where it won't give and break like that. And Nas, it was his RC channel, man. Oh, and if y'all ain't subscribed to RC Dungeon, you really need to, because this dude's got a lot of knowledge. He's taught me a lot of shit. A lot. And he's got a bunch of killer how-to videos on all kinds of stuff, especially like weathering bodies and stuff like that. He's got a video on weathering wheels. Freaking awesome. By the way, I've used that link about 4 times in the past 4 days in Facebook Dungeon for people that was asking about that. So, what I've done is I took this tar here and I cut a piece out of it, about yay big. And what I'm going to do, if I can find it, is I'm going to mix up some of this epoxy that I got after, mind you, sanding the spot that I'm going to try to repair with it. There it is. Because if anybody knows anything, anytime you're trying to get anything to adhere to rubber, you got to sand it, just like you do anything pretty much, no matter what it is, really. Go all the way. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to put a patch on this tire. Since how they're not holding air, theoretically, as long as the glue sticks, this should work. And if it does, I'm going to remake a whole video. I'm going to tear up another tire and show everybody. Hey, you get, unless you want to cut it out of a live, which that don't seem like that. Oh, man, okay, there it is. Don't seem like that's the best way to make a video if you're asking me.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Dungeon's the one that I got the idea just doing the tread with, because everybody says, "Oh, soak them in WD-40, soak them in Simple Green." Well, old hillbilly over east of me in West Virginia had a pretty good thought about it. You don't want the sides of your crawler tires to be squishy. You just want the treads to move and grab, right?
Yeah.
So that's the reason you don't soak these like the guys would if you're in like on dirt track racing, flat track racing. Because they want the tire to flex and move. They want it to give, so it'll help you get a bite in the corner. Well, crawlers, you don't. You want your sidewall to be stiff. That's the reason. Oh shoot, that makes the new inserts, the squishy ones.
You talking those gel ones or whatever the hell?
Yeah.
I don't remember who makes the gummies. I don't know who makes them.
But he made another insert to go on the outside of them to where it has your sidewall stiffness. But then you can put the squishy ones on the inside and it still grabs. And it's only like it only goes up maybe to like where the tread is here. It's not a full height because you wouldn't want it a full height because it would screw up on your traction. Endure silicone. Elaborate, sir. You talking about Endure made silicone for rubber? Because you know me, dude.
He's saying something about the Endure silicone inserts. Probably.
Yeah, that's all the silicone inserts. Okay. Now, yeah, he's got a hell of a way to tune them sons of bitches too, because the the inserts that he's using is the yellow. Well, a lot of times the yellow ones are too stiff and the green ones are too squishy. I think, right, Dungeon? Correct me if I'm wrong, but to get the yellow ones to be a little bit more squishy, he's gone in and he's taken and cut out some of the veins, and he replaced them with them Nerf darts from the kids' Nerf guns, and he's replaced them with that sponge, and it works awesome. He's got a great video on it, guys. You need to check it out. Blue's too stiff and the green's too soft. Okay, all right, yeah, that's why. And I'm telling you what, that daggone possessed daggone truck he's got, I swear, the son of a bitch is possessed by a demon because it glows green. And then everybody's truck that comes around starts glowing green on the inside if it didn't. My truck ain't even been by him. He's just been around with me on these daggone on the newbie podcast, and it's already getting haunted. So every time he's around something, it's going to get possessed by this monster he's got. But it's a pretty good monster because it does pretty good in his truck. that kid. But
I've kind of gotten away from silicone inserts.
Well, the reason that I would like them better is because they wouldn't deteriorate like foam would. And you know me, I like playing submarine with my RCs. So, foams aren't really that good for me unless I don't bend them. And I'm getting ready to use some of this glue right here that I'm mixing up to close the vents off in them wheels right now while I'm thinking about it. Good thinking. Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I'm at that stage where I've been messing around with the foams, like this one here. The tires are so wide, I got them double stuffed with the soft foam on the inside.
Right. So you're making a dual stage foam. So you're making a dual stage foam for an SCX 24 or 18 scale.
Well,
I don't think that they make a dual foam, do they, for the minis?
Yes.
Oh, they do.
DJ
Well,
Crawler has a dual stage, and that's what's in these. In these DJ Crawler tires.
oh yeah. Make sure you show
Decent
everybody that
dual
badass
stage.
reactive terrain rig you got there. It's as long as a
Oh,
damn country mile.
yeah. I mean, for a 24th, it is 203 millimeter wheelbase.
203. I knew it was 200. But yeah, y'all check this thing out. Alex got this from Adam over there to Reactive Terrain.
Yep.
That thing.
Yeah, look how big that skid is.
Yeah. Now, Dungeon, that's one of the rigs that I was telling you about that Adam from Reactive Terrain makes. He's got the Bulldog is the one that I was telling you about. It's got one, it goes from a class 1 all the way up to a class 3. And like I was telling you before, the only thing I think he's going to have problems with the Sorka rule guys is where that frame is still 7 degree. Even though he skids flat, the frame comes down past it. But it's technically within every rule of Sorka that there is, because he made sure of that. So they might be changing the rules because of that. But I'm telling you what, I watched that one short he had with it as a class 1, and it's doing stuff that class 2 and 3 rigs should do, and it's a class 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, as you and Dungeon get along good. Guarantee you, y'all are both 110 guys. We got to bring Dungeon over to the fucking dark side with the 24s. He'll get there one day. Well, he got him a side by side, and he's got a 4-wheeler. And I wasn't for sure. The fuck was that?
Yeah.
Somebody going flying up and down my road. Where's the tear there?
Tuning disc he was talking about earlier, I swear by the Crawler Innovations tuning disc, because that's what I run in this set of tires on this rig.
Really?
Yeah. I use the factory foams, which are real soft. And then I have the tuning discs that give the outer edge that real stiffness.
Just give it some baggery, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, damn it, I done got the wrong tire, I guess. What I do with it?
You done lost it?
Well, I didn't lose it. It's laying right here somewhere. Ah, here it is. Which I lost this a long time ago. But yeah, he's got a badass 4-wheeler, and if you've seen that other channel, the old boy built the 4-wheeler. I can't remember the name of the place, but Dungeon actually had his before the other dude did, and he made it basically so he'd have something scale for a pit toy to haul around with these other trucks.
Yeah.
Damn it, I gotta hurry because it's I get it took care of. Trying to sand it down real quick, and then sorry mixed up my freaking glue like a dummy. Y'all don't be me. Be prepared. Be a Boy Scout. Is that how you do it?
I have no idea.
I wasn't a Boy Scout. My grandfather, on the paternal side, he was a Boy Scout leader, but I learned, stuff off of what he told me, but I never was a Boy Scout.
Yeah.
So you just take, now I already sanded this, guys, but you saw me do. But you put your glue on the back of your patch, just like you was patching a regular car tarp. Now, some folks, I don't know who I was in here, may have not had the chance or the need to patch a car tire. So that's why I'm explaining it a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, there isn't a lot of people like us that have had to mess with it that are getting into RCs and stuff. You know, a lot of them don't have that one-to-one experience. A lot of new folks don't.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. Sitting here holding it now. Watch, I'll have myself glued to it here in a minute. And the reason that I didn't use super glue, by the way, y'all, what is going on? Why is it? Oh, I had my daggone mouse sitting on one of these tires, and the sucker was jumping all over the screen. It wasn't moving. I mean, I wasn't even moving the tire that it was sitting on or nothing. But hey, OG Nitro, what's up, brother? Yeah, I know. Well, they did mine, Nas, but I had parts that was coming loose and broke it before I even got to really get past the third gate. Talking about they'll let it in, but it has to be in class 3. Hey, what's up, Modified? What's going on, bro? Uh-oh, many stocks in the house. You better go to bed, boy. You got school tomorrow. I kid, Chad. I kid. But yeah, I had that Everest 10, and you know, where it's a vertical chassis like the AX24 and the AX10 is why they make that a class 3. And it's bullshit because it don't help. Yeah, all the flexi that you got is great with the Everest 10 with the and the AX24 with the vertical chassis. But the thing is you've got so much torque twist because of it. That's the reason that I put the frame extensions on the rear PMAX, is to get some of that torque twist out of there. That it hurts you. It should be a class 2 at max. You know, just because it's got the vertical chassis instead of the regular rail chassis. But yeah, it'll get around all the flat stuff. But anytime you go vertical, it screws you. So for all those that are coming in, I was getting ready to reinstall the tires that I did the modified RC Dungeon technique on, using the WD-40 just on the tread, and I was using brake fluid instead of WD-40 or well, yeah, you make a point. But I was getting ready to start mounting them, and I noticed that I had a rip in the sidewall. I guess whenever I was taking them off or putting them on or something, I ended up ripping them. I haven't seen them. I mean, there's ways to get it out of it, Nas, but if any of you all have a suggestion, a lot of you guys that know way more than me, OG Nitro, Modified, Dungeon, Alex, anybody, I don't know of any other way to get torque twist out of the vehicle except for adding heavier spring to the side on the rear that twists up. Yeah, G-made chassis. Yep. But I have heard people have taken and putting a stiffer spring on the opposite corner. Like if your right front torque twists up, put it on the left rear corner, putting a stiffer spring on that, and that'll help. Now, where I put those frame extensions on the back of PMAX, it helped a bunch, dude, and it's real easy. I mean, I took the original AX24 rail and cut it in half and added it. Here we go. Added it to right here. And what that did is it brought up my my shock mounting position. I'm going backwards. My shock mounting position to a more vertical stance, and that helped get some of the torque twist out of it, which I lengthened this thing a ton. But it used to have This used to be the farthest back mounting position that there was for the shock. So it really had, where I lengthened it, it had my shocks laying down like this, and it made the torque twist even worse. So I was sitting there smoking some of the Lord's lettuce one night and thought about it and remembered that guys in the chat, y'all help Nas with that one. I think that helps some, but I don't know about turning the motor around backwards, if that helps or not. Because to tell you the truth, I haven't tried it, and I'm only been in this hobby since Thanksgiving of 2 Thanksgivings ago. So maybe some of these other guys with some knowledge will help. But by adding the frame extensions to this, it really helped. It really helped with the torque twist. And hey, Nas, I'm with you, dude. That's anytime I can learn something, I want to learn it. Damn it.
No, a transmission with opposing drive shafts does help eliminate torque twist, because now you don't have both drive shafts trying to spin the same
way.
direction.
Okay, that makes sense. So Nas, yeah, okay. Dungeon's saying that his G-Made chassis, that's the one that's got the damn that's the one that's got the demon in it. Is that one? Has the least amount of torque twist that he's had out of any of them, and he builds them RC 4-wheel drives and them WPL trucks, and he builds some pretty cool stuff. And he's got a lot of one-to-one knowledge, because whenever you're West Virginia hillbilly, we don't always get to go to the cool suspension schools and stuff. We just figure it out on our own, and he had to do that.
Yeah, there's only one way that I know really and truly, like with the SCX 24s, that I found to completely eliminate torque twist. And I run my Power Wagon full droop,
right,
with a OGRC heavy skid and 70 weight oil on the shocks.
Okay, so what you're doing is you're adding resistance to it for whenever it goes to twist. It's giving it resistance not to twist. Okay.
Yeah. This thing, I run no springs. It sits, all the way down. And then I have that freaking heavy OGRC skid.
Right. And you got metal links too.
Yeah.
And now, are you running springs in the back, or are you just running those without springs?
Without. Okay, it sits like that at normal ride height.
That's the way I've got PMAX right now, is without the springs on the back.
Yeah. And this one, I don't see no torque twist out of it.
Okay. All right. So
there you go. I am also 50% underdriven front and rear.
Well, I used to be, until I smoothed that gear out. It's my fault. It wasn't nobody else's fault. It wasn't the part's fault. Yeah, I think you told me that before, Mini Stop, about him not running springs on the deadbolt. Hey,
yeah,
on these little ones, it helps. Yeah, and Dungeon said that with the droop setup, it helps. I lost where I was at. Oh, I'm here. Hi, I'm home. But now I lost what I track of thought. Letting this dry real quick. But yeah, the opposite turning transmission. Do you know of anybody that sells an opposing spinning transmission for a 24 scale?
I mean, I don't know anybody offhand, but I have looked at these little freaking FMSs that my kids have. With the way that skid is set up with just the 2 pieces, it's got the exact same mounting holes as an SCX 24. on the frame rails.
Okay.
So I wouldn't see why, if you wanted to run a 2-speed,
Well, I want to do that.
you know, with opposing drive shafts,
now the FMS
that
has
could be mounted to an SCX 24, I do believe.
So the FMS transmission does have opposed spinning drive shafts?
Yes.
Okay.
The only downfall to it is the way they have it set up. Your front shaft sits higher, so you have this big flat lip that hangs up on shit. But a lot of people either shave that or just flip the whole transmission around, because this one has a smoother transition back here.
Right. I got you. Hey, Big Ed there, Dungeon Man. Get feeling better, man. See if you can get some beauty sleep too, because you need it. Love you, mean it, brother. Just kidding. No, you're ugly. But yeah, Nas, are you wondering about on 10 scale too, or was you asking on the 24th? Because reason I was saying, I'm not sure who makes a 110 scale with opposed turning drive shafts. 10 scale. I'm going to look and see, because where I'm getting this other Everest 10, I want to eliminate the torque twist on it too. I'm going to add frame extensions to the rear, but I want to find out about a opposing drive shaft transmission, because that would help. Puny 24s. Hey, this thing right here will go places your 10 scale will go, bud. But it will, and I make people mad whenever I do that.
Yeah.
I hear you. And I'm picking back at you. You know that,
Yeah.
Nas.
Yeah, I like to mess with people like that myself. I only mess with the 18ths and 24s, but the areas that I build the 18ths and 24s for is better suited for 10 scale.
10 scale. Yep.
And I'm making them things do everything on that 10 scale style area.
Right.
You know, I mean, granted, I do rub the shit out of everything.
Oh yeah, you was
because I mean that's all.
Show the bottom of that red cat. You got that red cat sitting there? He said, man, he said, I didn't even think I was ever rubbing on anything. And he said, by God, he said, look at the bottom of this son of a gun. I was like, damn.
Nah, I didn't think I was rubbing my drive shaft, but dude, I don't know if you can see that, but everything there is scarred up all the way around the shaft.
Finger and back toward you a little bit, and you might be able to catch the gleam of light. Yeah, no.
I'm trying to see if I can.
Yeah, right there it is. I can see them right there, about half an inch away from the universal going up the shaft. There's a big old gouge or two, and the bottom of the links are scratched all to hell too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I knew I was dragging the skid on everything, but I didn't think I was actually getting into the drive shaft at all. But
right. Now, Nas, I know if you don't know about this, Nas, any of the axial 3-gear transmission stuff will work with the Red Cat, and the differentials also will work with the Red Cat. Come to find out, and thanks to Dungeon for letting me know about all that, because he's how I found that out. So the metal gears for the axial transmission, I've been told, are way better and handle more than the Red Cat transmissions, and they should, because the Red Cats, unless you buy the aftermarket updated parts, are all plastic. And I was telling Dungeon about it, and he was like, dude, he said, axial 3-gear transmission stuff works. He said, it's all metal and it all works. He said, and I had heard that, and the hardened steel gears. Yeah. And had heard that, and he was telling me about it, that they do have the metal gears in them. Now Jason Earl bought me a pinion gear, for rust bucket, because I spun it on a rock and smoothed her out real good. and got me a metal one, and it works real good. But I've got something on the inside of it right now that's spun or something. Rear end, the drive shaft spinning, transmission spinning, but the back wheels ain't spinning, so it's got to be the diff gears in the rear. Now I'm running the plastic gears at the moment, but the Red Cat rear gears. But I will be running axial here before long. And I know that the Everest 10 differentials that I got, and then the Gen 7 differentials that I got on the steering axle is the Gen 7 has way more turn. Yeah, you can do the mod with the I have aluminum drive shafts as well. The mod with the knuckle and steer it down, but you can't turn those daggone Everest 10s around in a 40-acre field. So if you can get the Gen 7 where the axle housing bolts onto the center diff NOS, if you get the Gen 7 axles and that piece right there is all you need. You don't have to buy the whole Gen 7 differentials. But on the steering axle, you can get those ends and replace it with the shafts, and it will turn 10 times better than even I've got the Hot RC knuckles and everything on it, and it still don't turn worth a crap compared to the Gen 7. And the Gen 7 and the Everest 10 housings are almost identical except for about that much in length on the steering axles. Would you go lay down, Dum Dum? Please. I do know that. Oh yeah, dude. But that's what I was saying on the Gen 7 axles. Let me see if I got any laying here or where they're at. Okay, well these, I think. Yep, these are the Everest. Well, no, that has to be the Gen 7 axle. Hold on, give me a second. Nope, I must have a Gen 7 axle and I do. I got a Gen 7 axle and a Everest axle on this truck at the moment. Because yeah, okay, here we go. All right. Sorry guys. Oh, move, Dum Dum. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so I want to show you the difference in between from well, maybe I have that wrong yet. Yep, okay. Sorry, I was looking to make sure. All right, so these are the Gen 7, and this axle here is the Everest 10. Now, I can't really show you, but just take my word for it that this axle.
Take the comment off the screen and they'll be able to see it.
Yeah, you may point there. How do I do that?
Go back into the comments and click back on it and unhighlight it, I believe.
Yeah. Screen. Well, I gotta find it. Ah, there it is. All right, so let's try this again. The difference in between these axles here and these axles here is right here where these bolt on. To right here where they bolt on is shorter distance from the center of the pumpkin to the end of the knuckle. Let's just say that's easy way to explain it. And they turn way better because they look just like the Everest right here in the knuckles, but they are nowhere near the same as the Everest because these things can turn. They turn so much better. I'll have to be more prepared one day and actually show you. But I do know that they do turn better because, like I said, I've got the Everest differentials back on this for now. All right, yeah, I couldn't see the chat because I had it scrolled up, but they're strong as hell. And you're right. It's just the Red Cat stuff's been known to break a little easier than the axial stuff, and I hate to switch around parts. Usually try to stay with whatever brand that I'm using parts, like, putting a Autolite spark plug in a Chevrolet. It just don't fit right to me. Autolite's always been in a Ford, you know what I mean? AC Delco's been in Chevrolet. It's like putting an Edelbrock carburetor on a Ford. They were originally made for Chevrolet because, small block Chevrolets, generic Motor Corp, they made a bunch of them, so everybody makes aftermarket parts for them. I kid. I like all cars. They're all junk whenever you got to work on them. But with those,
you know how to make a Ford run reliably?
Let me guess. Put it on the put it behind the tow it behind the Chevrolet.
Put a GM motor in it. You know how to get reliable gas mileage out of a GM?
Yeah, you push it like you normally do.
Put in Bosch injectors.
Ha! Would you go lay down? You're starting to get on my nerves. Bosch injectors. Actually, I've heard that a lot, and everybody's like, "Why in the world are you putting rice burner stuff in a Chevrolet?" Well, buddy, it all works. I was just teasing about not putting Autolite plugs in a Chevrolet.
I've never heard people call them rice burner stuff, but I have heard people say the Bosch injectors are nothing but a Mustang injector.
Oh, well, you do make a point to that because I forgot Bosch and Ford were hooked up for a long time, and they were all the injectors I ever saw really were Bosch. I didn't even think about that. Good one. Good one. Let's see if it's dried yet. Wrong tire. Uh-oh. I didn't have it clamped. Hopefully it ain't all the way cured. And let it sit there for a little while longer. All right. Let that sit there and dry a little bit longer. I don't know. It might work and it might not, but we're getting ready to find out. Yeah. Oh, I hear you. See, 86 Bullnose was my last Ford truck that I like the body style of. The OBS and the brick nose, I didn't like those wraparound headlights. They look too new. I'm a dent side, well, whatever they call the 66, Gen 1 or whatever, 66, and the dent sides. And then the Bullnose are the ones that I quit liking. I hear you. I hear you. I'll give you one suggestion on that is leave the 8.8 in there with the 355s because it's so hard to get good 9-inch stock Ford stuff now. They got all kind of aftermarket stuff, which that's cool. But if you're wanting to stay with running that 8.8 gear is just as durable as a 9-inch, and I have a lot of experience with them trucks. I've had 10 bullnose to OBS or Aero, whatever the hell they call them, from 80 to 95 of those, from model year 80 to model year 95 of those trucks, and had both 9-inch and 8.8s in them. And to be truthfully honest, the limited slip in the 8.8 is better than the limited slip in the 9-inch. It grabs better. Now the 9-inch locks better, but the 8.8 actually posies up quicker.
Are you talking a newer 9-inch, Redneck?
Well, I'm talking 80 to 95, 80s, whenever they quit putting them in the trucks in the 80s. Not anything newer. I just know from the 80s back to the new ones. I mean, from the 80s back on the 9s.
I mean, that's one thing I will say. Them old school Ford 9-inches.
Yeah, but that's the reason they use them in
the badass ones.
Yeah, yeah, but they're just so hard to get if you get them, unless you buy aftermarket. That's what I was meaning. You know, he could stay with the 8.8 as long as he gets the gear that he wants, and it's almost, if not as durable as a 9-inch rear end. There are people that's going to tell you that they're not, but with my personal experience with them, they're just about as tough. Now, like I said, the limited slip kicks in a little quicker and a little bit better on the 8.8, but the 9-inch is a little bit more solid of a locking system in the rear diff, because I mean they're bulletproof. I mean, they wouldn't put 1,500 horsepower on a rear end if it wasn't bulletproof, you know. And I'm sure Alex can tell you he's seen a bunch of daggone high horsepower cars with just regular 9-inch rear ends in them. You know, I mean, you can build them up aftermarket, and if you're going to have 1,500 horsepower, you probably have enough money to buy an aftermarket 9-inch. But you see where I'm getting at.
Yeah. I mean, every 9-inch I've ever messed with, we've always put freaking, I think it's 32 spline freaking chromoly in it.
Right. 30 what?
I think 32 spline chromolys.
31 or 33, because Ford splines are an odd number.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, wait a minute. I may be wrong. They might be even.
Maybe.
Because
it's been a little while since I've messed with them.
8 that I had, or the 7.5, whatever it was, in that 82 light F100, it was either, I think it was 28, so it'd be even. Yeah, it probably is 32, and they're all, yeah, they're chrome moly. They're badass in them 9s.
Wow.
Oh, I hear you. Nas. Where was that located at, buddy? I mean, he said he used to work in a scrapyard, salvage yard, and was rebuilding transmissions and rear ends for farm equipment and over the road trucks. So you talking big freaking transmissions? Hell with them. I used to prep chemical tankers. I didn't go to the mechanic side of that. Said hell with it. I don't know nothing about them damned old diesel engines anyway. How in the world do you get something with a glow plug to make fire? I mean, come on, man. Oh, Fremont, North Carolina. I've been through there. Hell yeah. You're an Appalachian boy too. Just a little bit southern. Yeah. Hell yeah. I grew up messing around car lots, junkyards, stuff like that. I've been this deep in freaking rear end grease and oil and transmission fluid all my life.
Yeah.
Wayne County, North Carolina. I hear you. Or Wayne County, West Virginia. By God. Because there is one of each. As we'll say, if you're in Wayne County, West Virginia, you're just 2 counties over from me. But quit, damn it. Yeah, I mean, I grew up having to work on my own stuff, you know, because I mean, I had family members and friends and their dads that would help me whenever I was working on it, and teach me. And then whenever okay, North Carolina, I know where you're at. I've been through there. And then I went right after I got out of school and started working at Midas and learned how to weld on exhaust pipe with a MIG welder. So I can make metal stick to metal pretty good with a MIG. I'm learning with a stick now, but see if that stuck any good there. I guess I could work on other tires and wheels while I'm waiting for it to. The RA 472. Not familiar. You'll have to squish my brain, my squishy stuff there for some, because I never did mess. The 4AOD is the last number and serial number type part that I remember on a Ford. I just always called them the metric automatic overdrive and C10 or C6 or C4. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, those are weird. Like I said, I haven't messed much with a lot of bigger trucks or anything other than a 9-inch and 8.8, or the electric overdrive, metric transmission, or the C6 or C4. But I did mess a lot with the 3-speed overdrive transmissions that were in them trucks, and I actually prefer them. They're not as heavy duty as a 4-speed Bulldog, but they are. The gearing's awesome on them. Okay, yeah. The International and Kenworth, yeah, big trucks.
Yeah, big rigs.
The 84 XL that I had, it was a short wheelbase, 4-wheel drive. It came with a 6-cylinder in it to begin with, 3-speed overdrive. It had dual tanks on it, and they made these trucks for out there where Alex lives, in Colorado, for snowplow trucks, and they had locking differentials in them instead of limited slip, because I could have all 4 tires spun on that truck, and I didn't have to sidestep the clutch to make it lock or nothing like that. I could let out on the clutch on a hill and back up, and it would spin all 4 tires. I could put it on flat ground on concrete, put a little bit of water down, because you don't want to try to 4-wheel burnout on on dry pavement with mud grips, because it tears up equipment. Hi, I'm Nathan. I know. Done it maybe once or twice. But you could start out on flat ground and it would pull all 4 tires every time. It was a specialty truck that they only made a few thousand of them for. It short wheelbase and dual tanks is so that they'd have enough gas, but the short wheelbase was so that they could get turned around on them big mountains out there in the Rockies. They'd use them some here, but people here preferred long wheelbase because we didn't have as many little turnaround spots. Reverse air. Oh, yeah. Reverse air. So it means they're holding vacuum whenever you're hitting the brake. It's pulling air to make the brakes work instead of pushing the brake. It's pushing the air to make the brakes work. That's what you're saying, right, Nos? Now, I do know a little bit about trailer brakes and trailer wiring and stuff like that, but I don't know nothing else about the big trucks. I know that I like driving them and I can drive the hell out of them. I do know that. Airline brakes, all right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The diff locks. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Yep. The air holds it open. The air holds the lock in. Yep. I got you. But damn it, I'm sitting here talking and not paying attention to what I'm doing. Oh, the air locks the front diff. Oh shit. I got you. Okay. Yeah, I pick it up what you're throwing down. Forgot what I was doing there for a minute, but now I'm back. I remembered before I put them daggone foams in there that I wanted to trim these tires down. I just didn't want to cut my foams. But I'm just taking the very bead off of these. I'm not taking much at all. And I figured out that's why one of them other tires that I got, they're all cattywampus, is because of I cut the outside bead, but I didn't cut the inside bead. I tried stretching it, and that's what's making it pull over and move all funky.
Yeah.
But I'm just taking and cutting just right at the bead on these. And that way I don't have to stretch them, and I can put them on there and they'll fit right. And I don't have to worry about whenever I put that lead shot in there, if it being in the way or whatever. And can y'all hear me all right? I didn't even do a sound check.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't touch anything that I thought, but I did mess with that reverb the other night. I was just making sure that I wasn't echo.
No, it don't sound like it.
Okay, cool. Man, I love this daggone sound system and microphone bopper got me for this channel. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, it adds to the quality once I get the studio set up. It's going to be all right, cool to do the podcast with. I actually look professional and stuff instead of like some old hillbilly just out here dicking off. Yeah, they are, from what I've been told. Now, my buddy that was on the mechanic side over there on the truck side, he did teach me a little bit of stuff about them, but I just never, tell you the truth, I just never thought that I'd be able to become a diesel mechanic, so I didn't really worry about it too much, or big rig truck. But if you need to do thickness test or pressure test or anything like that on a chemical tanker, or change brakes, change tires, anything like that, I'm gravy. I can wire up your trailer in a heartbeat. Lights, rewind lights, blinker lights, all them lights. And I can rebuild any of the valves and pumps on them tankers too. And there's a lot of people freak out whenever they go to rebuild a valve or something or a pump. They're like, oh my gosh, I got to rebuild this. It's going to be so hard. No, it's not really. It's, you take it apart, lay it down the way it comes apart, and it's just gaskets and seals, which Alex, the stuff that you do, what the inside of a valve looks like, for them, for chemical industry, I'm sure.
A little bit. I was more on the inspection side of things, so
right. I figured that y'all at least had to know sort of how it worked,
Yeah, it's been years though since I've done stuff like that. It's been at least a good 15 years since I messed with, having to freaking check valves and freaking make sure that there's nothing going wrong with them.
Right. Well, we always had to rebuild them and stuff because, we couldn't have trucks going out into the public and, leaking chemicals everywhere, considering some of the chemicals we dealt with, like, I just lost it. Aniline. You take one drop of it and it hits the ground and it'll eat everything for 6 feet into the dirt. You know what I mean? That stuff's nasty. And then MIBK, MLBK, are nasty. Phosphorus. We dealt with a lot of phosphorus too. And, you send somebody out on the road with something leaking like that, there's big fines. Doing the rear end and stuff working on for $13 an hour on the big rigs and stuff. Damn. I was prepping tanks for $15 an hour, and that I didn't think was a good enough pay. Right. I worked 55 usually. Usually about 45 to 55 hours is what I work. Make sure I had the right tire. But and I mean, we dealt with a lot of nasty chemicals and stuff. Well, we've lost some people. I must have been talking about the wrong stuff. Wasn't talking about RCs. They just want to see RC stuff. Oh well.
I mean, what time it is too.
Right, and there's a lot of people, that aren't on the West Coast, and aren't night owls. I just basically getting on here to, hang out and bullshit around and tell everybody that, haha, my idea that I sort of stole off somebody worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Duke Pie plant. Oh yeah, yeah. That fly ash, man, that's good stuff. For concrete, well, cinder blocks. A 19 a day, that ain't bad at all. Um, yeah, that coal ash, man. They have settling ponds up here above our power plant that they use as fly ash ponds, and that's how they get it out of the water from the cooling towers, from the chemical or from the power plant, and that stuff is real good. Like you said, for making cinder blocks, stuff like that. Um, and that stuff right there, I mean, it's good stuff. Now, if you ever heard about the water crisis that they had up here in West Virginia before the Detroit water crisis, we had an MCHM plant that leaked into our um, into the Elk River, which was the main feed for most of the area around here. Well, about 70 miles each way, all the way around us, that was the main water supply. And MCHM is a chemical that they spray on the sides of coal trucks and equipment and on the road to keep the dust down. It's biodegradable. It has to be biodegradable because they're spraying it on somewhere that's going to end up being in the ground. Well, this ended up getting in the water and it started freaking everybody out and everybody making everybody sick, blah, blah, this, that, and the other. Well, the only real active chemical in MCHM is alcohol. That's the main chemical in it. And so what they were having problems with was dry skin. And yeah, you didn't want to drink it a bunch because it wouldn't give you a buzz, that kind of alcohol, but it wasn't really going to kill you unless you were drinking lots and lots and lots of it at one time. Um, I hear you. Yeah, them actuated dump trucks. Those are cool. We had a, Pettibone, which was a hinged loader that we unloaded pipe and stuff out of at McJunkin Corporation, a pipe company that I worked for at one time. And those were unique to learn how to run because they had 240-degree pivoting claws, fork claws. And it was hinged in the middle, and it also went side to side on each way. And they said, well, you can drive that, blah, 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 go out there and do it. Well, okay, I went out there and played with it, and they said, don't hit the red button. Tell a redneck, don't hit the red button. What's the redneck going to do? Well, he's going to figure out everything else to do, and then whenever that red button's still sitting there, it's like, hit me, hit me, hit me. You hit it. But it took me an hour and 45 minutes to get that son of a bitch back to where I could put the damn, to where it wouldn't articulate anymore. I had that thing out there like this, twisted around. I mean, it looked like a lowrider, with them leg, with that one front end popped up and the other side down and twist. I mean, yeah, red button time. Yeah. They all laughed whenever I come back in. They said, you hit the red button, didn't you? I said, yeah, but I learned to drive the son of a bitch before I hit the red button. Then I learned what the red button did for an hour and 45 minutes. They all laughed, because it was a bunch of old timers, and they all laughed and laughed and laughed. I laughed, refrigerator laughed, you know. Yep. Now, what I do with the rest of these pieces? Oh, they're still in the bucket. I never even took the wheels out of the daggone cleaning bucket.
Dang.
Yeah, well, what do you do? Yeah, I didn't have to clean them. They weren't dirty.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't as dirty as the rest of the tires. But I'm telling you, dudes, the only reason that I even messed with these tires, um, uh, cleaning them and doing the brake fluid to them is because they don't look that aggressive. But I'll tell you what, they are great on these West Virginia rocks. Oh yeah, youngin. I got 2.5 years on you there, Nas, and I know exactly what you mean. I used to be 315 pounds whenever I graduated high school, falling off houses, falling through houses, falling off hay trailers. Rode $2 a scaffold down like it was a surfboard to the bottom one time. So I know what you mean about sciatic. Yeah, hell yeah. I would. We're too old. We done put in our time working our asses off, killing ourselves. I'm with you 100% on that.
Yeah, I might only be 41 years old, but I feel like I put in enough hard time to freaking do what I do, which is sit in a truck all day waiting on everybody else to do their job.
I hear you. The only things that I know how to do and can get that kind of work for, because, one reason is me and the state of West Virginia had a disagreement. They said I can't drive. And I said, how in the hell you know? You didn't ever ride with me. I laughed and laughed and laughed. They didn't laugh. But so I can't drive anymore. But everything else I know how to do is using my damn hands.
Industrial insulation work. You might have hated me if you ever did insulation work on piping and plants, because I was the asshole that had to go and cut the shit apart to do inspections.
Ultrasound it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a buddy that did that kind of work around here because, West Virginia is a chemical valley. We've got chemical plants everywhere. We're still on Russia's top 10 hit list. If they were to nuke somewhere, I live within 3 miles of it. So, haha. What's up? Bonita Creek in the house. What's going on, bro? But yeah, that insulation on that pipe, that would be fun. Now, I got a buddy of mine that does residential spray insulation, and there ain't no way in the world you get me to do that shit. No, sir. Going into a daggone house that's being under construction, probably no windows or nothing in it, in the hot time of summer, wearing all that daggone gear. No, sir. I can get hot and don't like cold, but that's just hot. Yep, he knows that. He knows exactly who to cuss now. So anytime you got to cuss somebody, it was always Alex. Nothing stock 82. And it don't matter if he was ever on that job site or not. It's always his fault because somebody does it now. Oh yeah, I hear you. My welding class was on the job training on exhaust pipe with a MIG welder. And I'm teaching myself to use stick now, Bonita. And I can get stuff to stick together with MIG pretty well. Working with the stick, I'm learning. Just the stick size and the amps I'm running it on for the thickness of metal is something that I got to learn. And I'm probably pretty sure that's mostly what they teach you in that class, isn't it? You ever took welding class, Alex?
No.
I haven't either.
But I can piss people off in that category too. Never took a welding class, but I am CWI certified.
You can fucking X-ray their welds and tell them if they're any good or not.
No, I mean X-raying them. That's a whole different part.
Oh, okay.
Freaking going to CWI classes means that in any application I could apply to go work at a freaking school and teach welding, and I've never done that.
Yeah, foam glass. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. My grandpa used to come home smelling of that all the time. He worked at Monsanto whenever Monsanto was still a company. And he always smelled like them pipes because the stuff that he was mixing, you really couldn't smell, like aniline. You couldn't smell aniline. You can't really see it. Oh, I hear you. Hell yeah. I used to be one of the only asbestos and mold removal people in the state of West Virginia, certified to do it. Back in the late '90s, whenever I was just coming out of high school. Yep. That's pretty cool trade. So, anytime you ever get black mold, simple green. It kills it and it won't let it come back. You need to, but it hinders it from coming back. Once you kill the black mold and get it cleaned off, you need to seal it with a either Bullseye 123 primer or Kills primer, not the water. Get the oil based Kills or Bullseye 123 primer because it will actually seal it up into the. It won't let it come back. Kills stinks. Oh my god, it stinks so bad, but it will seal it out. And the no smell Kills is water based too, so don't use it. And it really still does smell like Kills. You can taste it. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, we got a DuPont plant up here too. And I know where one's at in Kinston because we used to send trucks down there all the time. From Dana Transport, you probably see them coming in there, Nas. That's who I work for. One of the biggest chemical chemical transporting companies in the United States. He's got big shops in Avondale, New Jersey. He's got them out. I think out there where my daughter's at in Phoenix. I know there's one near Boulder. I think Colorado out there by you, Alex. Well,
I'm not sure. I don't know much of Colorado.
Right, that's what I was saying. Just in the same state. I don't know exactly. Yeah, I don't know my geography of Colorado that well. Now, you ask me something about Texas, I can get you close if you tell me what city you're close to. Well, I'm near Dallas and Fort Worth. No shit, Dallas and Fort Worth are beside each other. I'm from Houston. Okay, Houston's over on the right hand coast. I know that. Now, anything other than that, not too positive I'd be able to tell you where it's at. But East Coast wise, I can tell you just about anything up and down the East Coast from, I-75 East, pretty much. I've been around through all theirs. 2-year course, did project pipe anyway. 6-inch long piece, 3-inch pipe, and it has 20 foot. Well, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yep. I believe I do anyway. If not, oh well, just tell me I'm wrong. Which you won't know if I'm wrong or not because you're not in my head.
Don't invite people into your head, redneck.
No. I would never do that. That right there, no, sir. That's not. That's not. No. It's not good for the public consumption.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll tell you what, guys. Don't ever let me tell you I can cut anything straight because unless it's a piece of 2x, I can cut wood straight all day long. Drywall, I can cut it straight. Anything else? Nope. Guys, will y'all give me a second here so I can take this dog out so he'll leave me the hell alone? Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Alex, if you don't care to stay on long enough till I get back, I'd appreciate it. If he was going to be going anywhere, just be a second. Let me run him out and be right back.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm stepping a foot across that threshold. I'll be right back.
I don't blame you, Nosy.
Yeah, I don't either.
Inspections on pipelines instead of running freaking welders on pipelines. Yeah, that's pretty much what this community is RCs, even though we're not talking about it very much right now. But yeah, our little community we have together is in the freaking little 24 scales and 18 scale stuff.
Sorry about that, y'all. I'm back.
Yeah.
Look, let's see if this tire bleed. It might work, it might not. If it don't,
What's that?
this tire pad. It didn't quite work all the way because I didn't clamp it. So, what I was telling y'all not to do, I'm about not using super glue. Well, I'm going to try it as soon as I figure out
That's
what
nice.
the hell I did with the super glue. You go lay down. I'm going to cut your furry little balls off, dog. Feed them to you.
You left the room and lost your brain?
Well, I lost my damn glue. I ain't had no brain. You've met me before, right? Hi, I'm Nathan. Now, I just had that super glue. Oh, I left it sitting over here. My bad.
No, the Power Wagon has the 60 millimeter DJ Crawler MTs.
Almost. No, what is it?
Uh,
74. Okay.
it was asking about the tires on the Power Wagon.
Right.
Asked if they were 74 millimeters, but no, they're the 60 millimeter DJ Crawler MTs.
Okay. Yeah. He said DJ Crawler. Benita, I want to get the clear body if I get a Scout and do the paint job opposite. Do it white with a green stripe or a blue stripe instead of having it the green with the white. Yeah. Sir, will you go lay down? I love my dog, but daggone, he's got to be stuck up my dang butt 24/7. But he just loves his daddy, which I'm so lovable. I can understand why, you
Yeah.
know. So
That is one thing I will say. I do like DJ Crawler tires though for these little 24s.
I've heard very good things about them. I haven't heard any bad things. Now, who is the one that's making? Is it uh, uh, J Concepts that's having the problem with their tires ripping?
Uh, I think I have heard a little something about J
I mean, like
Concepts, but
all their tires are ripping that they made recently. Like, didn't matter what style it was or nothing. That Scout looks good driving on the
I'm
trails,
not sure.
midlines, but hits the sliders and the bumpers all the time. Now Skevy Skev, Bonita did a relocation on the rear bumper, wasn't it, Alex, or was it the front bumper that he moved? His rear bumper, wasn't it? On a
No,
Scout.
none of the bumpers. He cut the rear bumper so it's not as bulky.
Oh, okay. I thought he cut it off and then moved it up and cut it down too. My bad.
No. I haven't
I'm the same
really
as you,
messed with
Nas.
the
If you're in
scout.
North Carolina, it's 2 something here. What's that, Alex?
Oh, I was still on that comment about the scout. I was going to say I haven't really messed with the scout very much. I know the Sin 18s drag their belly because, I mean, here again, I got proof.
Yeah. Alex says, I got the receipts, yo.
Because that's the original Sin 18 with that Enduro IR60 body.
Right. Man, I really like those bodies. Yeah. I'm right here in West Virginia, Nas. So I'm just north of you, a couple states. And actually about same going up and down the map where you're at.
And that's midnight here for me.
Yep. Which where I've been sick for the past week or two, I've been in bed for that long, and I finally started feeling better. And hell, now I got like energy, like I'm on dope again. So I'll be on here messing around, hanging out till I get tired or nobody starts watching, or stops watching, and I'll get tired of talking to myself. Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I'd ever get tired of talking to myself. I got to get expert advice somewhere.
There again, I got to grab the Sin 18 with the Enduro body on it. That's what I run on. That is LGRP tires.
LGRP, is that the ones that they were having?
As far as I know, no, because these tires are only a couple of months old.
Right. I can't remember which ones it was that I think it's the J Concepts tires, to be honest. I'm not saying that, that they have bad product or nothing. I'm just saying that I heard that they've been having problems. So one of the tire companies has been having one of the bigger, more, there goes my brain again, more known 24 scale tire companies has been having a problem with their tires ripping. Hey, I'm telling you, dude, sometimes it's the only way to get an intelligent conversation is to talk to yourself. Are those black labels? Did you say, Alex?
Yeah, that's the LGRP black labels that I have on that Sin 18.
Benitez. Oh, that's what you're running on that axe. Okay, I meant to ask you. He's got 64 millimeter black labels on his axe. Well, let's just see.
64 mils.
Yeah, about the same size. Well, matter of fact, that's the stock size that came on the axe, ain't it? 64, 60. Well, hell, I just had that tire. Where'd it
60,
go?
I believe, came on that X. But as far as I know, LGRP, they only make two sizes, and that's a 57 and a 63.
Okay, well, it might be 63 then.
Maybe, yeah.
All right, Nas, hit it up. I wanna hear it. He got a truck driver joke.
Oh shit.
If you want, Nas, I can drop that link again if you want to jump on here. That way you could tell us instead of having to type it, which I just hate typing. And yep, it's actually still up there. It shows it's still up there anyway. What does a test tube baby and a Mack truck have in common? Neither of them are Peterbilt. That's pretty good. I like that. That's pretty good.
Mhm.
All right, so I, like I said, I did something that I told y'all not probably do. Probably wouldn't be a good thing to do, but we're gonna try it out anyway because it's stuck as of right now. So that being said, we're going to test these out, see how long this redneck engineered repair lasts.
Yeah, the original AX24 tires are 60 mils.
60? Okay. I thought they were 64, but I didn't have one of them laying around here. I thought I did, but I forgot that was those cheap Amazon tires that I bought that I used to cut this piece out of. A little bit right there in the track. But
No.
that's it.
You got me thinking if I have any J Concept tires.
I'm pretty sure that that's what it was. The ones that everybody's been saying has been ripping, but like I said, my brain don't always.
Okay, so I do have two sets of J Concept tires. I have the J Concept Megalithics.
Yep.
And the J Concept landmines.
Right. Um, like I said, I can't remember which company it was, and I don't want to say the wrong one because I've already probably said the wrong one 3 or 4 times. But for all y'all that haven't been in here, Benita, I don't think you was in here whenever I was talking about it. Instead of using WD-40s to clean and to uh, 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 condition your wheels, instead of using WD-40, brake fluid works awesome. I did another live and did it while I had it on here, and then I didn't mess with them anymore except for the next day. I wiped them off a little bit, and these are super sticky compared to what they were whenever I got it. These are Endura All-Terrain MT Canyon or Crawler Master tires. They had them on sale at Mofo for $10, and I needed some other tires than the stock ones that I had. I was just trying them, and I bought these, and these things love wet rocks, especially whenever they're clean. But they don't clean mud out of themselves very well because they're such a small tread. But whenever these things are clean and right, they love wet rocks. Uh, yeah, you're exactly right. They are S3. But I mean, they love wet rocks. I mean, these are awesome tires. They're just not real aggressive. And being an old West Virginia hillbilly, I like mudding my trucks and stuff. And um, the tires that I've got for it, I'll show you here in a minute. Can't remember where I got them off Amazon, but I don't remember what brand they are. They're a knockoff of something, but they're kick-ass tire. Dawn dish soap, that's what I used to clean them with, and then Nas, I just took and brushed the tread with the brake fluid with just a brush, like taking the brush, dipping it down in bottled brake fluid, and just getting the tread, not the sidewalls or nothing. Because a lot of the racing guys, they'll soak them in a bag. Well, you don't want your sidewalls all. Whoa, S6. That'd be some sticky stuff right there. I've heard S5. I didn't know that they made an S6. That's cool. Tire compound.
Yeah, I haven't heard of the S6 yet, but I haven't looked at the Endura tires in quite a while.
Well, that's the only reason that I got these was because they was on sale. Because if it's free or if it's cheap, it's for me.
Yeah.
But I wanted to try them out because I was wanting something that was less aggressive than what was on the axe to begin with. And
And heck, this might tell you how long it's been since I've looked at Enduro tires. The Enduro rock terrains were popular, and everybody was raving about those whenever I last looked at Enduro tires.
Right. Yeah, those are sweet tires. Okay. So the NL4 that the LGRP compound has is like an Enduro S6. So in other words, he's saying that it would be better than what they've got out right now, the S5.
Oh yeah,
I'm picking up what you're throwing down, bro.
yeah. A lot of people say right now, two of the best tires, probably as far as compound wise, are the LGRP black labels and the LGRP claw hammers.
Yep.
Is what I've been hearing.
And you said the whichever ones you said. Yeah. Shit, I was going to say something. Can't remember what it was. It must have been a lie. Oh, but I did that's what I was talking about. I did the Dawn dish liquid and washed them all off and cleaned them all up real good. And then I took and just put the brake fluid on the tread itself, because you don't want the sidewalls to be squishy. You want the sidewalls to be a little bit stiff, and you want the tread to be what's sticky. So that's the reason that I just did the brake fluid on the tread itself. And Dungeon is where I got that trick from, except he uses WD-40 instead of brake fluid. And I've always used brake fluid whenever my tires had got stained up real bad out in the mud, to clean them off with, to get them back black without having, greasy marks or anything on them. And I noticed that it was softening them up a little bit. You could always tell when your tire was a little bit softer than what it normally is. It was either that or you was losing air pressure. Well, I checked air pressure and I hadn't lost any air pressure. So that's where I figured out about it maybe working pretty good on these treads, and took Dungeon's idea, and then my brain squishy stuff between my ears started working, And so I tried it and it works well. So if you end up not having any simple green or any WD-40 and you want to get your tires working good, yep. Forward drive. What were we talking about? You lost me, Nas.
Two comments up. Benito was saying something about S5 is good except above 80 degrees Fahrenheit. They lose forward drive, kind of like Proline Predator compound.
Yeah, what he's meaning forward drive is he's losing the grab and the grip whenever it gets too hot. It gets to a certain temperature. Yeah, basically, just it ain't got no hookup. It got spinny and no grabby. Basically, right, Benita? If I'm wrong, tell me, because I can get stuff wrong. I am human. Don't tell nobody. But that's the reason I also have an Alex with me a lot of times too, because okay, cool. I was right. Because he can help interpret some of my weird ways of my brain working and talking.
Yeah.
But I was right. No grippy and all slippy.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to end up calling it a night in like 10 minutes.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you coming and hanging out, and I, didn't mean to keep you up.
That's all good.
I know Megan's probably pissed off at me. God damn it, he kept him out there. I don't get no snuggle time.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll pop off of here in about 10 minutes.
All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate you coming and hanging out. And especially appreciate you for what you was telling me about earlier. Really do. You and her both. That's awesome. You guys are good people. You guys are good people.
like I say, just give me some time and let me see what
Oh
happens.
yeah. And if it don't work out, that's okay. It's no biggie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I understand. You know, but like I said, I've got some stuff for that supposed to be on the way, but I haven't talked to Matt for a minute because he's been real busy and shit. And
Yeah.
you know, which I figure if I need to, Smink, he said he had all kinds of stock stuff laying around, and so did Caleb was talking about. Demon Shadow was talking about having a bunch of stock, like link parts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Benita, be good, brother. Thanks for stopping in. Y'all be safe, and make sure you play with tiny trucks every time you can.
Yeah.
Hey, do what makes you happy, right? And playing with
Yeah.
tiny trucks makes me happy. Working on them sometimes don't, especially whenever I'm working on all the stuff like I had been doing for 6 months with PMAX, trying to figure out that damn ESC problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember
And
how I was telling you I had to modify the stock shock locations or
right,
the stock shock brackets for the SEX
yeah,
24?
yeah.
I don't know if you can see it, but that
Okay.
little piece of plastic right there,
Yeah.
I had to put that in there just to hold my shock because the way the bed mount is right here, it angles just behind that screw hole.
Oh, I got you.
And freaking talk about a
Yeah.
pain in the ass
Oh
trying
yeah.
to fit your big ass finger in there to hold that little tiny piece of plastic just to screw one screw into it.
Hey, that's why hot glue's your friend, and hot glue loves you. Take a little dab of that hot glue, put it on the back, stick that some bitch where you want it, and you ain't got to hold it till you get the screw started. You can get the screw started, then hold it.
Yeah, but I couldn't
if
even get the
if
plastic
it's
in
an
the frame
applicable
rail.
place, if it's an applicable place where you can actually do it.
Yeah.
Be doing plumbing work tomorrow. Ugh. Stay up late, make sure my hot water was okay and not going to burn the house down. Had an element go out earlier and damn. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I
Yeah.
hate plumbing, brother. I hate plumbing because every time I do a plumbing job, it don't matter if I'm just splicing a water hose together. I'm at Lowe's 5,000 times that day.
Go ahead and pull me off my solo.
All right. Oh shit! I forgot you was on there. My bad. I was looking down at these tires where I'm cutting them, trying not to cut the rest of the cut. Make a big gash where I had to patch it or something like on that other one, even though I didn't cut it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you love it, buddy. Yeah, fuck that plumbing. And I don't like getting up in attics or underneath houses that much either, because where I've always been a big guy, and then whenever I got to become a smaller guy before I become a big guy again, my body was hurting too much, and I didn't like crawling up underneath houses and stuff. If it's not above the floor, I don't mess with it. And usually, if it's underneath the sink, I don't mess with it. So if you want to do shower, bathtub, toilet, water plumbing, yeah, I'm good with that until I got to go underneath, and then I got to hire a flunky or somebody to do that for me because I just can't do it anymore. I rode myself hard and put myself up wet.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Oh, well, you little old feller, you. I'm 6 foot and probably 245 now. Well, I probably shrank a little bit lower than 6 foot. I'll say probably 5'11", 5'10" now because, like I said, I have fallen off houses and hay trailers and all kind of shit. But yeah, I know what you mean, brother. I know exactly what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
I was a fat kid all the way up through school playing baseball and football, and I was a catcher in baseball. So my knees are gutted. And I wasn't very easy on them once I got to high school because every time I'd start lifting weights with the football team, I got pretty strong, and I'd screw myself up in baseball, and I wouldn't be able to play football. But I used to be able to box squat 750, rep it, 5 times, uh, and then being that size of a guy, and then doing the kind of stuff that I did, being a catcher in baseball and stuff, it didn't work out too well for my knees.
Yeah, I think I've pretty much been 6 foot tall and about 255 since I was like 14 years old.
Right. Well, see, whenever I graduated high school, I was 6 foot and 345, and was anywhere from 270 to 345 all 3 years of high school.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a fat round kid all my life.
Yeah.
But whenever I was actually playing football in junior high, I was in shape. And yes, round is a shape, but I was in shape then. Our head coach, he was not a football coach whatsoever, but he's one of the damn best conditioning track coaches you ever find. He run our ever living guts out every day during practice. I mean, run and run and run. And I'm the big fat one that's always slow. So every time I didn't make it up there in time, everybody else had to run. So it made me the bad guy on the team. But I got to play against Randy Moss and Jason. Well, played AAU ball with Jason Williams, but got to play junior high ball my last game of my junior high in his junior high year against Randy Moss. That was pretty cool. And me and Jason Williams played AAU ball together back midget league ball or whatever you call it. A little scissor lift, 6 to 8 boxes of material for playing. I'll bet you. That little scissor lift was probably going, "Hey, quit, damn it. Ow, no." I've been in them little scissor lifts before, and they don't like it when they got more than, 300-ish pounds on them, even though they're rated for 1,000 or whatever. All right, that one's cut. That one's cut. Did I cut this one yet? No. All right. Oh, I didn't finish that one. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Where did that go? Sorry, I'm not talking at the moment. I'm trying to be precise. And yeah, it's pretty late. We got 2 people on here besides us. Nas and oh yeah, make a move and you're swaying. Yeah, 2 foot each way, easy. Easy. It's like getting on damn ladder jacks, putting up siding. Or pump jacks, putting up siding. 2 posts with a arm sticking out like that with a walkboard in between it. And the only thing holding you from hitting the ground is that little walkboard and 3 little arms holding you onto the roof and the weight of all that onto the ground. Yeah, my boss, he was 6'6", 360. Old man, he'd get out there on the walkboard with me and he'd jump up and down on the son of a bitch. And I'm sitting there holding like this. I said, "Damn you, John, if I was meant to fly, I got to give me wings. And I ain't got no damn wings."
Damn.
Crazy son of a bitch. He'd jumping up and down, and that man run up and down walkboard without having a backboard or anything behind him or anything like that, and just didn't care. Well, like I said, I've fallen off of houses, I've fallen through houses, I've fallen off hay trailers, rode 2 bucks of scaffold down like a surfboard.
Damn.
I'm good at the flying part. It's just the landings. I never do stick them. It's that sudden stop to end always gets me,
Yeah.
So that's my case, and that everybody's like, "Oh man, you don't use a tree stand whenever you hunt." I'm like, "No, if God wanted me to be in a tree, He'd give me a bushy tail or wings."
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it because I gotta be up in 3.5 hours.
I hear you. I hear you. I need to go. Hopefully, go finish that drywall job tomorrow. I need to get a hold of my buddy Chris and see if he's want me to do it. He called me or texted me today, and I didn't see it until I was already over at my buddy's house.
Uh,
So,
all right.
peace out, Girl
Y'all
Scout.
have a good night.
Tell Megan, and I'm sorry for keeping you out late.
It's all good. Y'all have a good night.
All right, bub. Later on. I'll run Jenny Boone. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. The reason I rode those $2 of scaffold down is I didn't check the scaffold braces whenever I got on it, but we had a new guy setting them up, and he just stuck scaffold braces over against the pin. You know, the U pin comes down in like that holds the brace on. He just stuck them up against it. He didn't pick them up and put them inside so it latched down. Well, I get up $2 high on them damn scaffolds, and there comes both of the X braces come off that one side. Well, we hadn't put the other ones on the other side yet, and I rode that sucker down like a skateboard. Boom! Hit on the ground whenever I landed. I mean, I pulled it off, but it hurt. I hear you, Nas. I appreciate you stopping by, brother. I really do. And checking us out and hanging out. Need to get this water. Clean water here so I can clean these daggone wheel parts off because I don't want to put them back together with them all. Yeah, I hear you. I don't want them all slippery and slimery while I'm trying to put them together. I've still got them. Still got all these wheel parts sitting in this daggone Dawn dish liquid. But man, I appreciate you stopping by and be safe and always holler at me. Hell, anytime I'm on, man, you're more than welcome to come on and join the panel. And same way with heck, anybody that's in here, really, if they wanted to. But I figured whenever you get off here, if I uh, don't have anybody else on here, I'm going to jump back off here too. Maybe do this, finish this, these wheels up and do a video about it. Maybe, I don't know. Depends on how rambunctious I feel. But yeah. I can't wait to get these daggone wheels back on here. Had a guy drop a scaffold clamp on my head. Ha. Oh, dude, yeah. You think? I guarantee it. I had old boy drop a damn a 10-foot 2x4 down on my head from about 10 feet up before. Luckily, I had a hard head. I didn't have a hard hat. You know, because we wasn't working in no place where it was had to be OSHA approved or nothing. You know, didn't bring the hell out of my bell too, boy. There ain't no way I picked all them parts out. Oh yeah, every bit of it, every bit of 5 pounds. Lucky you didn't have a daggone compressed vertebrae in your neck. Seriously, because that's a lot of weight to hit a man on top of the head from 24 feet up. You know what I mean? I'm with you there. All right, there's 3. Maybe I did put them all in there already. I gotta quit talking a lot of times whenever I'm trying to think because I used to be able to talk and hear and think all at the same time and be able to multitask with the best of them. But I'm getting a little bit too old nowadays to be able to multitask that well, I guess. Oh, and on dish liquid also takes off permanent marker off 3D printed plastic. FYI. So, That's good to know. I didn't know that before. But now we know. No one's half the battle. G.I. Joe. Huh. I got a dent in my head right there. Right there. You can see it if you was actually in person. I used to smash beer cans on my head. I accidentally grabbed the wrong one once. Full non-top beer cans don't crush on your head like half empty ones, opened ones do. FYI. Keep that in the back of your squishy stuff between your ears just for the day you might need it. Oh, dude. That daggone that ratchet strap hook, that had to hurt. I I know exactly what you're talking about because the where I worked at that McJunkin plant, we I used to have to load pipe on the flatbeds all the time, and we used those straps, and I had a couple of them actually too that I used on my big truck, or I mean on my truck. But yeah, those things hurt. I know exactly what you're saying. I did that to myself though. That wasn't just unhooking something and getting hit. I actually did it on purpose. Just grabbed the wrong thing to do it with. Plus, don't drink like I did and try that stuff because it hurts. And don't hit things that don't move, or you get a bone that looks like that right there. I learned that too. I thought I did have all four of them wheels in there. I didn't think I did. Oh, you sure you're not my brother or something? Because you sound like you've done stuff to yourself about like I have mine. Ooh, that had to hurt. Because that handle, 15-inch valve handle, yeah, that sucker, good bit of weight too. Oh, you hit it on it. I thought you said it. You hit yourself with it, but still hitting it. Yeah, yeah, because them damn things. I mean, that's made out of hard ass metal. Word, I'm with you. About the same here. But look, I'm on YouTube. That might be part of my problem. But oh, so I've got. Well, I did have 227 subscribers whenever we got on this live. Now, every time I say how many subscribers I have, somehow I end up going back and looking, and it's always one minus. I don't know if somebody's just screwing with me or something or what, or if YouTube's doing it or what. But 25 more subscribers, and I'm going to be giving away that cat eye body, hard body with the bed and stuff on it that I have 1/10 scale. Just have to be subscribed to the channel and going to comment on a post or something to be able to get qualified. Because the one thing that I don't like about YouTube is you can't actually go in and find who all is following you or subscribed to you. I don't like that because at least on my Facebook page, I can go over and get on my Facebook page and see all of my followers by name. That's an easy way to do a giveaway. You just go and pull them down and copy it. Oh, yeah, in the back of your head, that's not a good place to get hit either. You know what I mean? That, ow, that would hurt. I've done that. I did that to a damn metal table one time, but nothing like that damn valve handle because that son bitch is solid. Plus, it's got a lot of weight to it and everything. You know. Oh, I guarantee it rang your bell. You probably still hear the damn ringing in your ears, and that don't matter if that's 20 years ago or not. All right, I need to trim that one still. That one's got a foam in it. That one don't have a foam in it. That one's got an insert. Okay, sorry, there I'm having an expert conversation again. These are rear. So we're going to say this one's the left rear. Now I got to make sure that I talk to myself and get these right, because last time I did that, you can't hear it. Not to think about it. Huh? Last time I put these wheels on these tires on anything besides these wheels, I glued them on, put all of them on the correct way except for one. So one of the daggone wheels or tires was going backwards compared to the rest of them. And I've heard a lot of people talk about, putting tires on backwards, especially like on quads, like putting the front tires on front ways and the rear tires backwards, so that you could get better traction when you was going in rewind on a four wheeler, which seems to me like it would help, because there's not enough weight on a quad to be able to back up, especially on a hill. And I figured it'd work. Well, there's a lot of people say that it works. There's a lot of people say that it don't work. But that's the way I tried it and thought about it. But I had three tires going one way and one tire going the other way, and that just don't work. Now, see, these tires here, I finally found the ones I was talking about. The other ones. I figured they would do good backwards as well. And I don't know what brand these are, but they're a knockoff. No matter what, they're a knockoff. But I figured they would do pretty good going backwards as well. I mean, they're a heavy lug. And I'll tell you what, no matter what compound those are or whatever, those suckers right there rip up the styrofoam on my course. I mean, literally rip it off like right here. That's pieces of my course coming off because of those tires. I love an aggressive tread tire. That right there reminds me of the old buckshot mutters or the gumbo mutters. Okay, ag tread. You're talking about farm equipment tread, right? Is that what you're meaning whenever you say AG tread? Because sometimes I'm not up with the new hip lingo, you know what I mean? Okay, all right. Yeah, what I call them is like the old military bi-sply tread, Yeah, B tread. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, that's what I call them, the old military bi-sply type tread. All right, so that one's left rear. This one needs to go through this way. The right rear, right? Yeah, okay. Having that expert conversation again. Yeah, get these suckers put on there, because I haven't messed with them or I haven't been feeling good and stuff, but I've been dying to drive PMAX. And like I said, I haven't felt real good, but where I haven't been feeling real good, I didn't feel like freaking working on the things. Oh, really? I hear you. Set that down there. Now, yeah, this is where the fun part comes. This is where the technical stuff goes. I'm going to have to get the scales out and cut up some shotgun shells. But, yeah, because 60 grams of birdshot and BBs, 30 grams of each, was too much volume to go in the tire and putting these bead locks together. I was having to hold them and play, and it wasn't quite working out. So I'm just going to go with the lead shot this time instead of the BBs and see how that does. because I do like having 60 gram, 120 extra grams on the front, plus my battery weight for PMAX. But where I'm putting this body on here, this plastic has made this body real heavy, where this is a thicker plastic. So I'm going to have a lot of rearward weight with this here, is going to add to the rear weight. So it's going to mess with my 60/40 a bunch. Right. Right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Both, I mean, I could see how it'd be beneficial going forward, but like you're saying, going backward, it's grabbing it like a shovel. Yeah, that's what I've always thought. I'm with you on that. Uh, Makes sense. That way, in case we got anybody else in here that they can see what the heck I'm talking about. So let's see. Where did them scales go? Damn it, Bobby. Oh, they're laying right here in front of me, Bobby. Dummy. But yeah, Nas, I don't know what in the hell they did dungeon like that for, man. Like he was saying in the chat, he thinks that somebody got a little butthurt about something that he'd said on there and turned him in on it. Turned in his channel for community standards or something. But I've never seen them totally block you from doing anything on your channel whatsoever. That's what was weird to me. I mean, he couldn't even see posts. He couldn't even see comments or anything, let alone comment back on them. He couldn't see nothing. Yeah, I wanted at least 60/40 weight bias, 60 in the front, 40 in the back. Try not to go over 70 because at one time I did have it over 70 in the front, and it really made it detrimental to going downhill, which, like I was talking about, be going backwards in the reverse and rewind as I do in forward. I want to be able to go backwards uphill, close to being as well backwards as forwards, but I know I'm not going to. Yeah, and it's all because what he was talking about made him butt hurt. You know what I mean? So that's the way this new generation is. Got to have somebody to uh, make. You got to make somebody else feel bad. Just because they don't. Just because they're feeling bad. Yeah, I know. And the thing is, he can't even find out who it was that reported him. You can't find out who it was that reported you. Can't find out. He can't even find out what he done wrong, even for him to have taken his channel off. So I don't understand that. Yeah, yeah, that's the shitty part. And I don't understand why they don't have a way to be able to fill that out, because you should be able to, dispute it. And just like in the regular government, you should have a right to defend yourself against your accuser. You know what I mean? And that just ain't right. Well, all right, cool. And no, I didn't let anybody see what I'm doing on here. I'm pouring these shots into this into this tray. But what I'm using for the shot, I can't take it apart on YouTube because of the community standards. Because you're not allowed to show pew-pews being loaded or anything like that. So I didn't show anybody what I'm doing, but basically what I'm doing is I'm taking a shotty shell, cutting the top off of it, and dumping out all the BBs. Exactly. If you don't know what you're defending yourself about or from, you know what I mean? Wow. Maybe that's why I only use 30 grams each of shot shells and BBs, because I can only get 30 grams out of the shot shell. That's a number 8 bird shot. Huh. Well, that's weird. Yep, exactly. You're right. Good thing I got a lot more double aught buck, and I don't use bird shot very often. For one, my shotgun wouldn't do very good with bird shot because it's too short of a barrel. 21-inch barrel is a little bit short for shooting bird shot. Well, I'm using the bird shot for one reason, that it's smaller and won't take up as much space. And I don't want to waste all my good home defense rounds. You know what I'm saying? With buckshot. By cutting them out and using them, but I may if. But the thing is, their buckshot's bigger than a BB, so it really wouldn't accomplish the task that I have. Yeah, see, I've got a pump. I don't have semi. Now I had a VR60, the bullpup 12 gauge. Loved it. But there was parts that started coming apart on it that bothered me. The charge tube bushing, the actual part that charges the gun, come apart on me, and I didn't like that. I had the whatever the AR 12 gauge was. I didn't like it at all. It had the regular M4 AR or M16 stock on it. Didn't have a collapsible stock like an AR or anything. Had the full old school Vietnam era M16 stock on it. And I got long arms, and I was having to reach out and grab a damn handle, grab a pistol grip on it. You got a VR60? Sweet. I've got a couple parts. I'll get your address from you and mail them to you. I think I've got some couple choke tubes, and there's something else that I had. I'll have to go through my stuff, and whatever I've got for it, you can have. I liked it. It bothered me because of where that it looked like a bushing, but I don't know where it's at. Hold on. No, it's in another box. But whenever I find it, I'll send it to you. Did you ever change? Oh shoot, your shoot, not the buffer spring, but the. Oh, I hear you. Um, not the choke tube, but yeah, buffer, not the buffer spring, but yeah, I can't remember. But whatever it was, you were supposed to change in between the 2 and 3/4 and 3 inch shells to make it to where it would cycle better. Did you ever change that and shoot 2 and 3/4 to 3 inch and have any trouble without changing it? I haven't. Yeah, the gas ring or whatever it was, the gas plug. Yeah. I was wondering about that. I never did either, and I didn't have any change. All right, that's the 73.9. All right, I'm gonna have to reweigh that. I never did either, and everything always cycled, but I never did run short brass in it either. Right. See, I never run short brass and always used high brass. So that might have been the reason that I never had to change it. But whenever I go through that stuff, I'll hit you up and get your address and stuff, and I'll send it to you because you can have it. I don't ever have any use for it. I don't see me getting another VR60. But what I do have is one of those. The other Turkish is probably made in the same plant, but it's an Escort. It's a pump shotgun. It's a clone of the 870 Remington's what it is, and I dearly love it, dude. It's the funnest little shotgun I ever had in my life, and I've had all kinds of them. I've had 870 Express, 32-inch barrel. I've had 870 Express, 32-inch barrel with fiber or synthetic stock. I've had 28-inch, 26-inch 870s. I've had my grandfather. I wish I had this gun, but my cousin got it. The Belgium Browning, the A5, the semi-automatic that had all the engraving, turkey or the goose gun that was had all the engraving and stuff on it. And man, that was a good shooting gun. Had a bunch of OH&R 20 gauge poke stock single shots. But this 20 gauge here, I mean, this 12 gauge here, this Escort, it's modeled after, like I said, an 870 pump. It's the funnest damn shotgun I've ever shot in my life. Oh, wait a minute here. That's all. Oh yeah, and as long as you don't have, your choke tubes in it, slugs aren't going to hurt it. You know what I mean? Uh, Even a rifle barrel, it won't hurt. This one's actually a slug gun, and it's got a rifle barrel for it. That's good gear oil. And I'll tell you something too that I learned from an old gun dude is if you're carrying pistol daily, um, instead of using oil, use turtle wax on the inside of it. Because here's the deal: everybody's like, well, wax that's going to gum up and just hold dirt. No, oil holds dirt, wax won't. And whenever you've got the wax in there, whenever that gun heats up, it's going to let the wax run through and it's going to lubricate everything well. But whenever it cools off, it's staying in place. Oil wants to go everywhere, and like your purple oil gear oil, it grabs dirt. You know what I mean? And if you use a wax in there, especially if you've got a lot of your internals slickened up, nothing on your trigger mechanism or anything like that, you don't want to do that. But as long as you've got it in there and everything's in there smooth and you use that wax, it's actually better than oil all day long. Oh, I got you. I got you. Now, see, I'd never used that improved cylinder before. I didn't even know what the heck it was for. I had to actually look it up online to figure out what it was. I'm used to choke. I mean, modified, full, super full on the chokes. Going from modified down. But I'd never used the improved cylinder before, so I had to look it up and see what it was. And it's for steel shot and slugs. I was like, okay. Got a new wrinkle in between the squishy stuff between my ears. You know what I mean? So yeah, I never knew what the heck that thing was for. I was like, huh? What's that for? What's improved? I don't want nothing improved. I like the old stuff. All right, now I got to find something to dump all these damn BBs in so that he's shot in so that I can get accurate measurement again. Yahtzee. I'll just put this water in that water. Oh, and of course it's not big enough freaking cylinder. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't squeeze it down. That's I didn't know what the heck it was to begin with. That's like I said, I ended up having to look it up to see what the hell it was. There's two. I did have all the parts in there for them wheels. I couldn't believe that because it didn't feel like I did to begin with. But I'm wanting to get as much water out of that so I can use the damn lid so I don't have to worry about spilling it in here in the floor. Be beaming. I'll just set this back over here. If it gets spilled, it won't be by no electronical. Well, it actually, as long as you don't do it very often, it's not going to mess that full choke up too awful bad, but it will end up if you do it all the time. Yeah, on a full choke. I have, I did learn that as a youngster. Was always told not to shoot a slug out of a full choke. But then once I got older, the ones that told me not to said, well, if you need to, you can, but don't do it a lot because a lot of times I wouldn't have a deer rifle and I'd have to use my 20 gauge H&R and it was a full choke. So I'd have to shoot, slugs through it, but it did work. It just, it doesn't do very well. It doesn't do very good for the barrel. You're right. Yeah, it will. It will end up ruining it if you run a bunch of slugs through it like that. Damn it! Why didn't that dry it out? Trying to dry this daggone water out of this lid. 16 gauge barrel. Oh yeah. Well, the inside of the slide and everything on my 1911, everything, from feeder ramp, everything, all the way back to the trigger bar and all that. I don't mess with the trigger bar, but anything it touches on the slide of that weapon, I polish up. And I mean, I polish her all the way to 6,000 grit sandpaper. I mean, super polish. And I had a G2C. Man, you hit the mag release on that thing and it spit that sucker out like your old lady did like your old lady would if you held the back of her head. You know what I mean? Quicker than, slicker than a peeled onion, and would just run so smooth. And you'd shoot that thing and you wouldn't even get this much barrel snap on it once I had it smoothed up, and it run awesome. That's the way that I've got my 1911. Well, had it. I need to clean it. Where I carry it every day, it's dirty as hell. But it was the inside of it, everything, like I said, except for the trigger group and stuff, hammer group and all that, was polished just like a mirror, like you're saying. And she runs, oh my gosh, which it's a T-sauce, so it's another Turkish gun. I don't know what it is with me and having Turkish made weapons, but the T-sauce is literally a clone of the Colt and the Springfield 1911. Reason I know that is because I'm running the Springfield barrel in my gun now, and recoil spring, safety, and something else I can't remember. All that spring that's on the safety right in front of the safety there. I can't remember what the hell you call it, but is all out of the Springfield. And dude, the gun had a twist it had a right hand twist on it and a 4 3/4 inch barrel. Whenever I got it, well, I put a 5 3/4 or 6 inch barrel in it out of the 1911 A1 government issue, um, not the officers, because that's what mine is, an officer. Because I decided I may wanted to go maybe put whisper mode on it someday, but so that I could thread the barrel, and it has a left hand twist, and instead of a 7 twist barrel, it's a 8.5 or 9 inch or nine twist, and it's left handed. And I went from shooting groups at 30 yards, 25, 30 yards of a paper plate size, with the original barrel, to whenever I put that Springfield barrel in there with the left hand twist, and I brought my groups down to like that, and I'm talking not rapid fire shots, but pow, 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 aimed, controlled shots. And whenever you bring at that distance, I about dumped them all in the floor, but at that distance, you bring it in from an 11 or 12-inch group down to a 5 or 6-inch group, that's making some steps, Now, how did it do that? I went from not having 60 grams in that daggone tray to 61.3. Bought a Marlin from your uncle for $120. Oh, bottle 60. Hell yeah. Heck yeah, dude. A Model 60 Marlin. Yeah, dude, you're easily brighter. You're way better on the price than what you've been offered. That's goofy. Giving 300 for it, and it's been refinished. As long as you did a good job on the refinish on it, it's well worth 400. Now, no, damn you, I must not have that thing on a level surface or something. Okay, there's 6. All right, now because that's exactly 60. I'm gonna put this here. I did have on my other phone, but I don't understand Discord and how it works and what it's for. Um, is it just like another social media type texting app or something like that? Because, like I said, I ain't got a clue about what it's used for. Oh Lord, I ain't got a level spot to sit this down. One thing about working in my workspaces, I never got nothing. Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to download that and check it out. Uh, uh, we're friends on Facebook, right? Hit me up, send me a message on there with the link, or if you want to post the link there, if you got it, you're more than welcome to. I just don't know how many who you want to have it or what, you know. All right, cool. We'll have to hook up and do that. I don't want to try to get into it right now tonight. Oh, you're not on Facebook? Okay. Um, but if you wanted to post it here, you're more than welcome. Um, if you just wanted to post it real quick and then have me delete it or whatever, I can, or you can actually delete it as well. But I've been trying to get a hold of Slake, and I'm not friends with him on Facebook. And how in the world am I going to do this instead of having just somebody give it to him? And I thought, well, hell, put a comment on one of his posts because he was just commenting on you. And I put my daggone telephone number on there and told him to erase it whenever he got it. Well, I guess he got off the YouTube and hadn't seen it for a day or two, and then he finally did, I guess. I've been getting some weird phone calls, but that's normally from bill collectors anyway. Oh yeah. And I can't make you a moderator on StreamYard. I got to do it on the YouTube side. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this while I got you right here. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, turn the volume down. I don't want to be yelling at nobody. You're now a moderator, sir. Try it and see if I made you the right moderator anyway to where you can post links. I put you as a standard moderator. And I'm not that good. I'm an analog guy in a digital world. Hear that. There is only 30 damn grams of shot in bird shot. Wait, see, I had you as moderator. It shows you there, but it don't show you. Oh, yeah, it does. It shows you got a wrench now. Okay. That just says it shows you said eyeballs. Oh, you freaking son of a. Right. You should be able to post a link to it, but because I think that's all that I am on sliding sideways is a just a standard moderator. Damn it, the hell! I gotta find another something else to pour it in. Howdy to whoever else is in the chat. How are you all today? If you want to say hi, say hi. If not, well, fine. And I kid. I'm not being total asshole for once. Okay. All right, cool. Hey, it worked. You did. All right, I got to download the app because, like I said, I didn't have it on this phone. I had it at one time before, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing on it. All right, it's in the process of downloading it now. Installing it. I mean, let's see. It'll probably say that I've got an account already. Confirm you're not a robot. And it says hit the button to confirm I'm not a robot. But that wasn't very smart. One of those. What's my name? Pudding. Oh, no. I'm going to just do my good regular handle. The V. Okay, we'll use that username. I don't care. Give me just a second. I can do that. I need to just dump out a few of these because I was just a hair overweight. Just a hair. I want to make sure that I don't have to dump these back out again because my scales time out on me. Just a second. Good enough. Close enough. All right. Sweet. Give me just a second. Okay. Screw it. Yeah. May. Nope. I can't go that way. Stupid. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to do this real quick. Oh yeah. Well, I was looking through her and I was like, well, he don't have to be able to change anything except for that, and I appreciate it. And thing is, you can go through and click on somebody's account and drop their link into the profile as well, or into the chat as well. Wait a minute. It says something. Your phone number was recently removed from this account and added to a different Discord account. Wonder if that's saying that. Sorry about that. I'm working. I'm trying to get that figured out. All right, cool. So, now that I'm on here, it's showing your server, chassis and suspension, customized RTR, full custom builds, 18 scale, 5th scale, 24 scale. What all that, general. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yep. All right. Cool. 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 Yeah. 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 I got you. See, I don't know nothing about this Discord, so you'll have to, fill me in on if there's anything that I need to know. Yep. Yep. I got you. Got you. Got you. Yeah, I'm on there now. So cool. 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 And I guess the Google sent me that email telling me that I had an account and don't have an account no more. Or I have a different account actually. Okay. All right, cool. All right. Cool. Well, dude, it's 3:30 in the morning. I think I'm gonna get off here and go get me a bite to eat and try to get my head to quit hurting. It's starting to hurt again. I don't need another freaking 2-week migraine. So hey, I appreciate you walking me through that, man, and sticking by and hanging out for a bit. And I appreciate it, brother. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here, and I'll hit you up on Discord. I appreciate it. Yeah, okay. That's what I was figuring. Once I started reading down through them there, I figured that's what it was. So I appreciate you, brother. Peace out, Girl Scout. Y'all keep them straight out there. And remember, Hot Glue loves you. Thanks, man, for coming by and stopping by, man. Really appreciate it. You have a good one.